going on, YouTube? Yes, I'm moving you. Yes, I got a Dr. Pepper. And yes, I got a Nutty Bar. This last couple days, or in particular yesterday, June 18th or 19th, whatever it was, my friend and me, my roommate actually, has old computers laying around. The computer that we took apart was his friend's Larry's computer. It's about a 1990 computer, so I love taking things apart. I have a computer build coming myself, but I figured, hey, let's take the knowledge from back in the day and let's show you what all the components are from back in the day. And I mean, it is crazy. I mean, it is just, I found things in that computer. It was a Dell XP, Microsoft XP, so that puts it right around 2000-ish. Because I had XP when I was growing up too, so I know what it is. Vista was a disaster. But, like I said, I did this because I'm making a computer. I got a computer I'm going to build. But I figured I want to show you a little bit of what you get when you get a store-bought computer. Now this is as stripped down as I can get it. There are components everywhere. I'm just kind of looking over there again, my thoughts. So, the first thing we're going to look at here is the actual motherboard. This is actually the motherboard that came out of that Dell. I'm going to rotate you just like that. Yes, you are looking at the Dell computer motherboard. I'm going to flip you right back up. And before I even hear the comment department, yes. You're like, oh my God, that's a motherboard. Yes, it is. And before I hear it, oh my God, what are you going to do with it? I don't know. I'm fascinated with technology. Now, if I can scoot you down, I'm going to kind of show you. And this is kind of where I want the comments come from you. I don't know what this is. I think it's another CPU. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But to show you, I know this is the CPU. What this is, I don't know. So here's your cooler sink with your thermal compound on it. We're going to set that over here. Or over here. Doesn't matter. This is your CPU. If you ever want to know what a CPU looks like, right there it is. Now, you lift this little lever up. And yes, this is an older computer. It will never run again because that's the way I dismantled it. Now, the computer that I'm building, I will be a lot more gentle. This is pretty much, if you're in the model trains, you could probably pull the capacitors out, put them in heat shrink, use them for something. I mean, model trains is kind of funny that way. You can look at something like this. Here's this interesting little piece right here. I don't know what it is. I'll have to look and do my homework on that. But, I mean, there's a glass rack. Yes, this part is sharp. But, I mean, look at that. There's some fins. I mean, you could technically cut the fins off, and you could have steel loads. I don't know what we're going to do with that yet. This is up to my roommate. This is his motherboard. Now, I'm going to pull the CPU, if you can see my hands. I'm going to still grab it from the edge, even though, if I can get it, there we go. There, I had it. I'm going to try to do this on camera so you can see. But it might be a little hard to do this. Oh, there it is. There's the CPU. That is your old style CPU. Now I'm just kind of curious on what it is, but if you want a comparison, this is the new, and yes, I opened it up because I want to make sure it was good, but if you want a really good comparison on CPUs, and yes, you notice I set that upwards because there is how many ever pins on the bottom of this. But here's the newer i-Core or i7 Intel 99K processor CPU. This is the one that came out of this motherboard. And yes, I figured I'd show you, hey, what's going on? And if you notice, I'm looking at the motherboard. And I'm just going to gently set it back in. Because I can, I think. If it's not in the right spot, you just rotate it. Still not in the right spot. So, there should be, on the motherboard, believe it or not, there should be a gold arrow somewhere And actually they use just a friggin', but yeah, it sits in there. But yeah, that's the new CPU. That's just sitting in there for now. But I figured I'd show you guys the comparison to what a newer processor looks like. And yes, that is for the build that I have. But if you look here, and I know I can't really zoom in, but on the motherboard here, there should have been a triangle where this lines up. And then you could just press it back down. And then you just pull it back up. So, and that's all that is. It's just a CPU. And there's, if you look, if I could do it really close, look at all those little pins. Now if I read the chip real quick, it's saying it's a Pentium 4, Intel Pentium 4. And yes, I'm reading this off camera while you're looking at the motherboard, which is fine. Yeah, it's a Pentium 4 chip, which is crazy. I figured this would just give you a little taste of this. And yes, I'm looking at the motherboard to see something. It's pretty interesting to me that, here, the heat sink down towards me. If you look right at the motherboard, oh, it's an, we're gonna actually put this over here. It's an MPG A478 socket. Very old school. It's amazing that an old board like this, and yes, I am rotating the chip. I am having fun. I'm having fun showing you guys because this board is actually, like I said, it doesn't serve any purpose anymore. There we go. But usually, I can get you. And see if I can do this. Nope, can't do that either. But usually there's a gold arrow on the chipboard. See if I can get you closer. There we go. So what I was looking for was a gold arrow that lines up on the board. But apparently, on this motherboard, they didn't. So we're going to put that back down. And it doesn't matter. I'm going to zoom back here, get you right there. And on here, it's just this is just a store-bought motherboard. Now, if you look over here, this is the RAM. So here is what 256 RAMs look like back in the day. Hey, heck, I'll even give you that if the camera focus. But yes, this is old 256 RAM compared to the new DDR4 RAM. There's your comparison. A lot slower, a lot faster. And it's crazy to think this is your RAM. This is basically your RAM for the computer. And all you do is you set it in the slot. You set it in the slot. Press one down. But sometimes it'll do that. So what you gotta do is just pull it up, set it back down. There goes that side. And that side didn't click, but it did lift up. So that is your motherboard. This is a basic motherboard. And like I said, this goes here. And here. And yes, I'm being careful because this fin tool right here, it's freaking sharp as heck. And yes, if you notice, and you can't really see up there, but here, I can show you something real quick. We're gonna make this a multiple video because I got all the components to make this old laptop work. This, right here, this clip, and I'm gonna try to do this where I could slide you, would sit right here. And then you'd have another one that sits right there. And what these clips do is when you have this would sit in it like that. And I don't know if, oh, I should kind of roughly, you'd have this clip, and this clip would go like this. And then these would, and I'll zoom you in or move you up here in a minute. So that's how it would look on the motherboard. And there would be a component here that locks this down. That's what locks this heatsink down. And like I said, this is your old motherboard. This is exactly what you would have. Now, on this motherboard, when I was telling you about HDMI and all that, now if you look at this motherboard, move that back over here, which is fine. If I remember correctly, you're going to have your mic, your headset, and your phone. USB 2.0 probably, or 1.0. These are the old VGA connectors. Right there. And back in the day, one was for keyboard, one was for mouse. That is the old connectors. That's how old this motherboard is. Now with this motherboard, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots. And in those slots were this card and that would have sat something like that right in the, and then this computer for some reason had another Wi-Fi card. And yes, I don't even touch the gold fingers, even though it's not even there. That was sitting here. Then this computer also had, look at this nostalgic, a Nirvana graphics card. Yes, you can tell it's been sitting for a while. And let's see if I can, there's the old VGA, TV out. This is a Nirvana. Let's see if I can flip that over and show you. But back in the day, that was a Nirvana. This was probably one of the top end graphics cards. That was sitting here. And yes, I don't have them pushed in. So here, let me push them in a little. Kind of give you an idea of what was going on in this board. So, whoop, gotta go this way. Actually, this was sitting up here. Excuse me, my bad. This was actually, close that. But this was actually some fun trickery to get out because there. So that's how your motherboard was set up. Your graphics card, your 2 internet cards. This didn't have, like the modern motherboard I got, it didn't have the built-in Wi-Fi back in the day. So this is pretty much your motherboard in a nutshell. And if you don't believe me, this is old school. Because I have them laying around. And yes, I am digging for something. And you'll see what I'm digging for here in a minute. I think you can, oh, you can't see it, good. So you had these. There you go. This computer had ribbons. These are ribbons. You will not see these, and I'm not kidding you, this computer had all the old ribbons for it. I mean, this is, they don't use cable like this anymore. If I were able to pull up my motherboard, my other motherboard that I have, you would see, like I said, I mean, these are cable ribbons. These are what they used to use back in the day. I thought I might have the motherboard. No, I don't have the motherboard. Oh. I thought I had the motherboard ribbon, but as you can see, that's all they are. They're just plug and play ribbons. The motherboard ribbon, I don't think I have. Oh, you know what it is? It's on the power supply. But yeah, that's back in the day. This is all I'm going to show you right here. These are the ribbons that would run to, I'll make another video. This is your hard drive right here. Let's make somebody really cringe. A magnetic floppy disk. Yeah, you heard that correctly. And then you have your old CD player. And I will show you that in another video. But yeah, this is your basic components of the Dell computer. And like I said, these are all, right here is all your ribbons. All these ribbons you're seeing right here that I just placed, right there, all these ribbons went to every single component in this computer. And I mean components everywhere. This actually connects in the board, you know, this connects in your board. And I can show you the spots and I can go in more detail if you really want, but yeah, that is basically, these are all your cables from back in the day. These are ribbon cables. You will not see this. And here's a back rear fan. So that's it for this video. Like I said, this is a Dell Computer XP. If you know what this part was that sat right, I'm gonna move you. If you know what this part is that I'm setting, comment below. I'm curious. I don't know what it is. I know for a fact this is the CPU. This one, I'm not really too sure. And like I said, here's your graphics card. Then you have your 2 internet cards. So this is the basic of the computer. This is what runs your computer. Now, like I said, I have the CD player over there. That's going to be another video. I'll explain why in that video. Behind me, or right behind the camera, is the power supply, the floppy disk, and the hard drive. The hard drive is an old mechanical drive, but I will explain to you that in another video also. And then also with the Dell computer, they had this. This button right here would start your computer and not start your computer. This pin would go to one of the ribbons that I was playing with. I'm not going to, well, either a ribbon or the Molex connectors. Yeah, I just shot a cable on the floor, but like I said, those are all your components. That is the chip to the Dell. This is what we would call now your front umbilical cords. On here would be your USBs and your audio, either your mic or something like that. And this is your front umbilical cords. This is what's on a slant like this on a Dell in the tower. Maybe when I get around to tearing into one of my towers that I have floating around, I got 3 towers. I got 1 up north still, 2 down here. I might, once I extract the hard drive and get the hard drive out of there, I do got to find a connection for that hard drive. But when I do finally find it, I want to extract the data out there. But like I said, this is just to give you guys a fun little taste of what a motherboard is. And if you guys really want the data and info off of this, let me grab you. And I will zip you in. Right there is what the motherboard is. There is the manufacturer. And yes, that's as simple as that. But you have a graphics card, 2 networks card. Back in the day, you didn't have built-in Wi-Fi in these boards. You didn't have that option. So that's it for now. I will see you guys later. Bye.